It's race day here in Melbourne as we continue with what could shape up to be one of the best Australian Grand Prix. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position and Alexander Albon lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen, Magnussen, Sainz, Perez and Daniel Ricciardo, Grosjean, Norris, Esteban Ocon and Stroll, Gasly, Latifi, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, Kvyat and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
That's what we like to see at the start. Well done. P1 Bottas behind. The gap to the car behind is 1.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Place back. right clear. Nice work, that's P1. Race win. Well done.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Sebastian Vettel would definitely be my first choice. He showed up a lot of the drivers out on the track today and didn't show any signs of slowing down. Well, there was a lot of incredible driving out there today, Crofty, but if I had to pick someone, it's got to be Sergio Perez. Fantastic driving. I know that's at odds with the official decision, but I think they deserve some recognition on a day where both of these drivers are at the top of their game.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one. It's time for today's race at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache circuit here in Sao Paulo. And as any of the 80,000 capacity crowd will tell you, this is going to be a fantastic race. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. But it's a wet one today, so grip and visibility will be at a premium. And the drivers will need to be careful coming up the hill in Sector 3, the scene of many an accident over the years. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of Turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Alexander Albon and Bottas, Sainz, Magnussen, Perez and Roman Grosjean, Norris, Stroll, Esteban Ocon and Ricciardo, Latifi, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell. Gasly and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
pushing. Let's capitalize on that first lap. Second place, you're in second place. Leclerc ahead, Vettel is behind you. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Just 3 laps to go now, 3 laps. Front wing damage, but only a few laps left. If you can live with it, stay out. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Leclerc is behind you. Our gap behind is 1.7 seconds. They're on fresh inters. The time last lap was a 1:27.6. You worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
A great race then, very much as we've come to expect, and a fantastic win here at Interlagos. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on the track today, weaving through the competition with ease. All respect to the fans' choice, they fully deserve it, but I just feel that my pick had a little more on their plate, so their ability to keep a cool head and come through for such a strong finish made the difference, at least in my opinion.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.